back in, I believe, winners semifinals in which Haven got the 2-0. But this ain't winners semifinals anymore, Stu. I do believe we are in...
We are in Grand Finals here at DNA.EXE. Season 9 is coming to a close sooner rather than later, but it is for Haven at the very least. They have their own fate in their hands, as Sankso is going to be the one coming out of loser's side. The Pokemon Stadium we go, and immediately Sankso goes on the offensive.
Looking like Corrin definitely choosing that third choice right there into join smash and rejoin smash. See what they can do against this Bowser here. Pokemon Stadium 2, of course. This game, Smashville, is the pick for you all right here. Everybody's favorite neutral stage. If anything, I want to see the adaptation from Sankso, not from Haven. I mean, Haven swiftly 2-0'd this man earlier on beforehand. And it's the kind of matchup that I can definitely see if Bowser doesn't know he could go down 3-1 or 2-1, I should say, in the first minute of this game. This is looking pretty good for the hometown hero so far.
Yeah, what in the world is happening right now? It's just, Haven didn't even seem to mind that all that much. Just sitting there at 27%, and Sankso is being made to answer for a lot. I mean, Haven is not letting them play the game. Sankso, there was a little bit of, you have to wonder if there was a swear uttered in the midst of that F smash.
Yeah, whatever it was, I hope his parents didn't hear it. I mean, he's already doing his chores at like 11. So, yeah, he's already in trouble. And my God, did you see that hitbox? There you go, Bowser's forward air, everybody's favorite part of it when it hits behind him, right behind his toes, towards the very end right there. Oh, Haven's in such a bad position right here. Oh, no. Patience, my friend. Okay, beautiful timing on the neutral get-up. Making sure he didn't press one bad button like he wanted. And a beautiful timing on the air dodge of that back air as well. He's fishing for it right now, Stu. This is dangerous for either of these players right now.
I mean, if nothing else, Corrin will definitely teach you how to conserve your resources. That back air reaches pretty far and is going to catch Sankso. Put them in disadvantage, but yeah, that Bowser is real angry, and they're back on the stage. Only for so long, you're going to just eat the entirety of that. Haven responding, just smack him in the mouth, though, Haven. Just smack him. You don't even care. What is a king to a god, says Haven.
That is what we call in the business a technical input. Wow. He reversed that with just a couple of button presses right there, man. That is how you know Haven is just talented. At the very least right there. So many lower level players in that same position when you get hit by a multi-hit like Bowser's uppy on the way back up. Some of them are just waiting to try and hit that tech because they're scared. It's a multi-hit. Yeah, me too, probably, if I'm drunk maybe. Yeah, it's or sober, or just playing the game, or just anything really. But it's a multi-hit that drags you towards the wall. Okay?
Yeah.
You're not my dad. You're not my dad. Don't do that. Point is, it's a multi-hit that drags you towards the wall. You gotta be really careful on par of timing that tech. That's all I'm saying.
David, be quiet.
Okay.
So we're going to get into Town and City game number 2. Sankso immediately with a statement that they're going to want to make, but if they go even a centimeter off the ledge, Haven is going to have a tool ready to try to drag them into a position that they'd probably rather not be in. Sankso going to go for the runoff fair, and you have to admire Sansko's willingness to put their body out there, but if their body's out there, Corrin generally has the sword to put them pretty deep into trouble.
Indeed, my friend, indeed. And that tech situation that we saw at the level is just one of many areas where Haven is going to be able to show you his fundamentals right there, man. It's such a hard thing to do off of the wall right there, to kill off of an up air, man. It was such a stylish way to end the game. And right there's another one. There's another one right there, putting the pin out on the platform, knowing he had the range on that move, that even if he whiffed, probably wouldn't have gotten punished, man, because he would have been able to keep that advantage going, since the range of Corrin, as we all know, is just absolutely insane, to say the least, as well as the punish game. Cute little 3-piece to get 49 on Bowser, but retaliating back with the side B. Even stocks.
Yeah, I mean, trading side Bs and trading stocks, I mean, at least it's an equal exchange, even if it did happen at unequal times. Getting pinned off stage and make that a double. Haven trying to put a pin in this DNA sooner rather than later. They are severely close to going up by a score of 2-0. Sankso needs to get back into the swing of things, and they could very well do it. All it takes is a couple of hits, and certainly, yeah, you don't respect the armor of Bowser, that armor being, of course, that gigantic shell. Well, they are more than happy to make you do so.
Mm-hmm. You know, in a lot of situations, you know, Haven can just, like, really space some stuff on Bowser's block, and it's namely back air, which, of course, retreats away from the heavy turtle himself. This time around, you know, like, on the platform like that, it's a little different. Oh my god, beautiful.
Oh.
Get that optimized damage right there, and now he's only about 2 hits away. Of course, the up smash charge from Sankso trying to get that early kill right there off the top, especially off of all that raw damage he got. This is still anybody's game, to say the least. A second tech situation? Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, that's a... But the counter coming out. Sankso has been looking for that runoff fair this entire night. They were thirsting for it, and Haven is going to deny them yet again. However, sitting right at death's doorstep for this game number 2, Sankso one big hit away from victory, and you can't even guarantee that that's the case for Sankso, just considering the... Oh, there you go, the command grab. Yeah, I mean, it's a big ceiling. You're at 160, but you're still the heaviest character in the game, and all it takes is that command grab. If you get afraid, if you are sitting in shield, Bowser has the exact tool to punish such cowardice and Nintoonist, and it comes in the form of that flying slam.
Haven committed once. One time. That's all it takes. You know, that's all it takes in the final moments of a match when you're both at that higher percent. You saw what they were doing right before that, my friend. That is something that we, specifically in North Jersey, I'm going to coin Eric Gordon for this one, is called admiring the neutral. In that, they were both just holding the R button on top of each other right there. Both of them instilling the fear of God in the other, making them very scared to commit. And it was on the part of the patience of Sankso right there to use every fiber of his being to not up-B out of shield right there, because he knew that if he gets wrong in that one time, that would have been the stock for you right there. Instead, Haven choosing not to commit either and rolling back. Sankso just got the upper hand with that frame 6 command grab. Once again, that is all it takes at the end of a game. And already 67%, 81, 100 in the first 10 seconds, Stu.
I mean,
real quick.
It's just such a quandary if you are Haven. Now, don't get me wrong, you can win this. You have done it before, but it's also just the fact that you're hanging on at ledge, and it feels like there's no... Even when you guess the right answer, it's the wrong answer, and you're going to get punched out before you can even touch the ledge. Haven is going to go down 3 stocks to 2 here. Sankso is just cruising through on Pokemon Stadium.
And much like it is with the standard mentality that you need to improve in any fighting game, that situation was nobody's fault but Haven's own himself. He down-aired himself deliberately off the level to try to gimp this man when he was well over 100%, knowing that he was over 100%. And as we all know, once you're over 100%, you have less legend vulnerability than you have if you are below that number. He deliberately put himself in a bad position there for a very high-risk, high-reward option, and as a result, he's getting lapped in percent on his second stock, Stu. He finally lands the back air 2-2 to even it out right here, but not without Sankso getting some pretty good insurance, 108% to be exact.
You know, just going by the numbers of how Haven generally plays these stocks, was getting a lot of mileage off of, even when they lost the first stock, when you saw them take their first, they were only sitting at, what, 25-30% max. But, you know, this is Bowser, who you're talking about. Their stray hits cause about that much if they're playing their cards right and have the early percentage combo game, but which you kind of have to if you're Bowser. Let's be real. Yeah, that's Haven down to the last stock. Sankso can go up in this set, but I mean, this is perhaps the exact counterplay to someone like Haven, who we've been talking about the mental aspect of their game the whole time. But, I mean, there's only so much. The numbers simply do not lie in this case, Nintoonist.
Nah, definitely not, but Haven losing that stock by putting himself off the level again, actually running off stage, trying to maybe do a double jump back air or something just as a mix-up. And as a result, he was just waiting on par with the F-tilt and the forward air right there from Sankso. Not much you can do about that, and there's not much you can do about that either, my friends. It's such a rough position to be against Corrin when she's charging that forward smash against you. I know it looks like something you might be able to easily SDI out of, but that's not the case. And there ain't no SDIing out of that either, Stu. 2-1 in the favor of Sankso right now. Looking clean with his adaptation.
It did make it go last stock, did Haven, and you got to admire the willingness to keep on with the jab, even though, I mean, that it was kind of a panic option. You generally don't want to be jabbing against Bowser to begin with, but yeah, getting juggled up and then tossed out like that into the up smash. Sankso, again, I mean, that is how you confirm stocks, and if you're Bowser, you want to be doing that as early as possible. You don't want a competitor like Haven hanging around. You don't want the download in any way, shape, or form. Anything to let Haven get a foothold and take this to a game 5, or just go up. You do not want Haven with a 2 on the scoreboard. That's generally what it is, because that's really where they've gotten a chance to study you. They've gotten a chance to sort of troubleshoot a few things, to workshop a few of the ideas. And now Sankso, well, they might have to pull a rabbit out of the hat just to reset this bracket. Haven is going to try to make the magic stop here at Pokemon Stadium yet again.
Definitely not liking the show he's seen so far. Wants his money back for sure. And Sankso is getting that back in spades. Already $60 on the par of him already. But you got to remember this Immaculate Punish game of Corrin. Once Corrin's actually in, she can do some pretty meaty damage. But it's on Sankso to even keep Haven out at this point, which he's doing a relatively good job at. But finally getting a little bit of a string right here to retaliate. 56, but neutrals reset once again. This one's looking like a slobber knocker so far, Stu.
Really is. I mean, God is my witness. They're broken in half. Oh my gosh. Actually really just went for the bonsai drop there. And I know that that's a wrestling term, but dear Lord, what else can I possibly call it? That is the flying slam. And that is the actual in-game terminology, since I know someone's going to get heated about that in the comments. Sankso getting batted around here. Haven starting to get a foothold in this one. And, yeah, they're needing to get creative at the ledge just to get back to the stage already. Haven is bound to take advantage of this at some point. They would, however, certainly like to take this first stock, whether by pin or otherwise.
To put on par for you guys just how confident Sankso is feeling, off of that same Bowser Bomb situation that you were talking about before, he grabbed Haven out of his pin.
Yeah.
Like, if you felt confident enough to grab him out of his pin, it looked like a damn Smash 4 Bowser grab with how far away the distance was based on the hitbox. And speaking of hitbox, we got a hitbox reset right there in the jab to get a little more damage and regain stage positioning once again off the level. You need to be feeling yourself pretty bad to be feeling yourself enough to grab Corrin when she puts herself in that position. It's looking like a whole different Sankso than we saw before, Stu.
I mean, you've earned the right to give yourself a little bit of that confidence. However, you're hanging above the ledge just a little bit. 64%, still not the position that Haven likes to be in, but it's still very doable for this Corrin, who, again, former offline Jersey PR, and for darn good reason. We saw them improve so thoroughly with that Wario offline that it's kind of weird to see them go to Corrin, but at the same time, I remember another player from Philadelphia who kind of benefited from playing Corrin in bracket, an individual by the name of Juice, and they learned themselves. They already had the technical aptitude, but they needed to learn the patience just a little bit, and they needed to learn how to space themselves out just a little bit more efficiently, and I think we're kind of seeing that with Haven as well.
I think we are, my friend, especially with the options that he's picking out of disadvantage right here. He's mixing himself up every single time because he knows that Sankso is answering back with the same. He's not doing these immediate up smashes as soon as he lands anymore. He's just sort of waiting because he's trying to condition Haven into doing a different kind of option, a quicker one on the way down, so in order for him to get that kill option again. But every single time that Sankso switches it up, So does Haven. He's on par with the adaptation every time and just playing that same rock, paper, scissors mix-up game at a disadvantage. But there ain't no rock, paper, scissors with holding shield that close to Bowser's Flame Breath. That is just rock smashing against another rock, my friend, over and over again until that rock is no more and the shield breaks. It's good on Haven. Finally able to get out of there, but not without eating a lot of damage, Stu.
Yeah, stronger rock generally wins, and are you really about to test your mettle against the shell of Bowser? Certainly not their shield, but yeah, there's nothing to counter there, Haven. Respect the effort, but was probably trying to read runoff fair. Sankso not quite ready to give him that yet, and maybe this is where the mix-up comes in, looking for that F smash. However, Haven is going to connect there, and it's going to be a big ol' up tilt. It's going to take the stock and indeed the set. Sankso wins it 3-1, and just like that, folks, it's a whole new ball game.
A whole new ball game, ladies and gentlemen. New venue, new park, new cardboard cutouts from Pokemon Stadium 2 that we had to recycle from the last set. New everything. We got ourselves a new set for you guys right here. Sankso taking that first one up against the Corrin Master Haven. 3-1. Amazing stuff right there. Honestly, it's a whole different... I mentioned before, it's a whole different Sankso. Like, the way that he's keeping Haven at disadvantage, like, the crazy ballsy options that he's picking in neutral. Like, I still can't go over the fact that his thought process when Corrin was pinned in front of him was, I am going to grab. I'm going to grab this man now. That takes a whole, like...
That takes a pant load, if I'm being honest. That's something else. But... I mean, it kind of does.
I agree, my friend. Wholeheartedly, Stu. My God. I mean, Bowser, don't get me wrong. Bowser's got himself an immaculate grab. It's got a pretty far distance to it, as well as,
Poor Haven.
It's not only got distance to it, but it's also, you know, he's got a lot off of it as well. So it is something that you can do. I mean, when Corrin's just hanging there like that, if your character is tall enough or, you know, has the actual distance of a grab like Palutena used to have, then you're going to be able to grab Corrin there. Bowser, of course, no nerfs on that front, though. Able to reset once again. Boozer, says Ubel right there. I love it. Haven, you're the one who's out here playing the set, man. We can't do nothing. We're not going to save you. We believe you've been in bigger scraps than this, my friend.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
letting you know.
I mean, Sankso on record over 4,000 games with this Bowser, and Pocket Ganondorf. That's how they qualified for the bracket. That's how they qualified for top 16 to begin with. But just this week, they've won. I mean, 3 tournaments. They're talking about the Smash Plaza, Run That Back, which was a pretty decent little tournament. Wound up beating a Peach and Game & Watch in Grand by a score of 3-0. And yeah, won this week's Fusion as well. So could be going for a double here. And what a way to start this off if you are Haven, trying to deny Sankso of that double. And yeah, that's how you do it.
Oh wow.
Man. Haven's kind of turning up here, but then again, that back air, that's just gonna turn him out. Trade of stocks, less than a minute in.
He had this turtle exactly where he wanted it, man. If he got that Gimp, that would have been so grimy. Potentially even a suicide downer right there, but nothing doing. Sankso able to answer back immediately and reset once again, but Haven definitely woke up a little bit throughout this set, finally getting that first stock like you saw earlier, which is not something he was having an easier time doing before, but none of that wokeness matters. It doesn't matter how much Rise Cold Brew you shove down your gullet. It doesn't matter how awake you are. If you're able to take back stocks like that...
God. What in the world are we watching?
Okay, no. Haven definitely drank the oat milk mocha.
That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. My God, I was gonna say it doesn't matter how woke you are if you're gonna get punished like that, like you saw Sankso do with that meaty forward air at something like 94. But then the tipper pin. Oh, we got ourselves a set, Stu.
Yeah, no, this is getting real chippy real fast, and that's not a regrab from Haven, but wound up getting over to ledge. At least a little bit safely. The down smash not going to connect. Haven
died 3 times.
I mean, Haven is toying with death here, looking for the pin on the ledge. Will not find it, but this is still Sankso down just a little bit deeper than they would like, but they wind up getting the benefit of the win box, I think that was? Or they just hit up that way?
Nope, he just upbeat in the wrong direction.
Oh, man. Well, either way, I'm pretty sure. Okay, Sans was not dead there, I don't think, but they were lifted above the ledge and to safety, and that is a rough way to go out. That's, again, this is a volatile game that we are playing in this environment, and that's just going to happen sometimes. And we're seeing Haven is there on the execution in advantage. Like, everything is about there, and I'm not seeing the replay, unfortunately. But, yeah, that's just... What else can you say about that? Just don't do that again.
He pressed one too many buttons when he was that low trying to get that Gimp on Bowser right there. You gotta remember one of the biggest nerfs to Corrin, my friend. Her up B. That's not her Smash 4 up B, my friend. It does not go as far at all. It got quite the distance nerf, but yet quite the invincibility buff. So, you know, that was sort of their trade-off for that. And involving that trade-off means you sometimes can't go that low to get your edge guards. You can if your timing is so precise and you know your distance well enough to the point where you'll be able to get the up B on the way back. And I totally understand Haven even going for that. Bowser, you know, depending on what your aerials are like and your airspeed is, he's got a relatively exploitable up B if the positioning is correct, especially with a non-committal move like Corrin back air. But the up B simply doesn't go that far. You gotta be careful.
And now here come the combos. You gotta maximize this and not let Bowser just forward air you out of your groove, because you're already sitting at triple digits. You need every last bit that you can get on Bowser, any way that you can take a stock, and that's why you're probably favoring something like Pokemon Stadium, where Pin is going to send them to the side. You're not having to rely on anything to kill off of the top. And, well, Bowser can kind of just do that to you anyway, so you might as well just take that chance and start going for pins. Oh, okay, Haven decided to mix it up a little bit, and is probably going to go for that pin at ledge about 75% of the time. Is that a safe estimate?
I would say so, give or take.
That bear is not bad, too, either, for the record.
Nope. Like I said, too many Red Bulls. Move gives you wings and lets you keep them. Over and over and over again, man. Just spacing it. It doesn't work once, my friend. Try again, says Haven. Able to finally get that stock fishing for the back air off the level against a big body like Bowser. Neutrals reset once again.
Yeah, still hanging on to it is, still hanging on to the advantage is Sankso, not willing to give up the ghost, and certainly after 4 straight wins in this set, Haven is going to have to prove that they can hang with this Bowser. Is in definitely unfamiliar territory, but again, this is something that Sankso has done before. They have beaten they've beaten Haven in a set. It was at Fusion 36 and to qualify for top 16, I believe it was. Oh no, excuse me, it was in top 16. And yeah, they're performing pretty well right now, I gotta say.
Mm-hmm. Not too shabby to say the least, man. And this Bowser, oh, not the position you want to be in against him. Running directly into the fire breath. Did you see that, Stu?
That was nutty.
Did you see the fresh stock that Haven just respawned on?
Yeah.
Do you see his percentage now?
Yes, I do.
Do you see
that
it
is
now?
Not a fresh stock anymore, David. And that is, however, going to do it for that second stock of Sankso. Getting rid of the rage is nice. However, sitting there, you just neutral got up into that. You did that to yourself, and that's what really hurts.
All right.
Sankso, 2-0 at the moment, and Haven up against the wall. That's 5 straight wins for Sankso. Haven needs an answer, and they need it fast.
If we could get the camera on me for a second after these potential replays that Crystalodian has stored up for you, that you'll only find here on the wonderful stream of Master Hand Gaming. We'll take a look at this again. Beautiful back air. 1, 2. Doesn't work once. Try again. That's Corrin off the level for you. You got to be careful of that move. Literally just propels her back to the level. That's what I'm talking about right there. It's the neutral getup. Corrin took 75%. Just walking into the Flame Breath, was never able to get the shield up. No SDIing out because she was towards the right side of the level, too close to the ledge. Then when she was at the ledge, held in again. So pretend my microphone is Bowser, right? And now pretend that my controller input is Haven's. I'm holding in to the microphone.
Yeah. No, we okay, we saw that there. Then,
yeah, I gotta like adjust it back. Point is,
Yeah.
Haven held in. Literally the second half of that game towards the final stock. He just kept he was holding in. He was literally just holding into Sankso, and Sankso caught on to that.
a little bit of panic there. You could see it, but that's Sankso is going to take that and eat it up. Certainly, you give him that opportunity, and now Haven might be second guessing their game plan. Certainly has the recovery on lock, but again, it's nothing that can't be exploited if you think that you can just lean on that. Sankso has been doing pretty good at that, and gotta say, Sankso in general, just a very impressive player.
Honest, I mean, dude, he's proving it out here. He's up 2-0 against Haven right now. I'm looking very poised to potentially even take this tournament. Just one more game to do it. Giving Haven a really hard time, and I gotta tell you, Haven hasn't won a game in the last 4 matches, or 4 games that he's played against Sankso here. Going on, man. This adaptation on the part of Sankso, oh my god, is so real, with a beautiful wolf down smash to cover both sides of him right there. Not gonna kill Haven, but he's gonna get damn close to doing it, potentially here. Still not enough on Town and City with the forward throw, but one more of those will definitely do it at this point. And the jab is what finally ends up taking the stock out of all moves, Stu. My god, that is... I'll just say it. That's just silly.
I mean, that's borderline rude considering what Bowser does to the jabs himself. But yeah, that's going to be a quick little check there by Haven. And yeah, you can't really get too comfortable. This is still Haven that you're talking about. Still going to get pinned, and the back air to finish it off. That's a neat little percentage that Haven's at. This is about where they like to make their comebacks happen. Question is, I mean, how do you sustain this momentum? Certainly, something like this, Nintunis, would help! Oh my gosh, really went for it, and you gotta respect that.
That you know, I would have said hi to Twitter, would have been clip of the night, but unfortunately I'm not doing it right there. That's a very specific situation that Corrin can create for you. This character can get some wacky vertical combos as well as horizontal ones. I feel like so many people, when they think of Corrin, they immediately think of the pin and like the tech chases she can get off that move. Nobody remembers the vortex that this character can put you in with neutral air and up air, and not with up B though, as his up B. Sansky is just not able to make it back that time.
Yeah, that wasn't not the best effort on the recovery there for Sankso, but then again, just might have been a little too deep. So they're going to get the run-up grab, and looking for the fall-off there, but not going to happen. They put their body on the line. Sometimes you risk it for the biscuit, and you come up with crumbs. Haven is going to brook no discourse there, and they are on the board in this true finals.
Beautiful stuff, man. Corrin, Haven, finally putting himself right back there on the board with that back air. If there's anything that we can say about Haven throughout this set so far, at the very least, he's been very consistent with those, man. He knows in the types of situations where Bowser is very exploitable. And off the level right here, especially when you have a back air that kills and propels you forward, that's the kind of situation where it does against exploitable recoveries. A huge overextension on the part of Sansky right there. Of Sankso, my mistake. Right there. And you know that Haven is going to take advantage of that every day of the week.
You sound like you nicknamed him like a hockey player. You're just talking about, yeah, Sansky did a really good job on the blue line, dumping the puck back into the zone. And, yeah,
bro, Sansky, play some D, play goalie. You let him score 9 times.
You combined what I was doing with like a lacrosse bro somehow. That was weird.
Prep school lacrosse.
Yeah. Hey, if you're a lax bro, smash that subscribe button for Massive Hand Gaming.
We'd appreciate it.
Absolutely. Either way, Town and City, and wow, shielding that is a brave choice. Haven is going to be rewarded for it, and they're going to get the stock, the first one in this game 4.
Yeah, looking beautiful so far. I gotta say, off of a shielded Bowser down air like that, that is not something you want to be shielding most of the time, but evidently he was able to get that move out in time, man. Just holding shield when Bowser's above you, that in general is just, oh my god, a terrifying thing. I don't care.
Are you serious?
I don't think Haven cares. I don't think Haven cares at all that Bowser is in the air and above him. He's going for another fishing back air again. Gonna get this edge guard? No, not that time around. Just one button, a little too much lag is an overextension. But I don't blame him going for it. This man's feeling himself, Stu.
Absolutely. Read Sankso like a book there, realizing that they were coming down. Not even regarding them. Just like, all right, we're going to wind you up, and then we're going to knock you off the stage. And that was almost a very well-deserved. That might have been a 0 to death there if they connected with that back air below the ledge. But that's I'm not sure we'll confirm that on the replay. Either way, there's the grab. And looking for this stock. Going to try to get it with Pin at the ledge. It's going to be Pin and back air that's going to be confirming these stocks. So maybe you want to use these earlier on in the stocks and use them a little bit more sparingly. This might be a little bit of a linear game plan in Tunis, but I think it might be paying off as Sankso goes down to their last stock at Game 4.
It's such an important thing, my friends, to conserve your attacks and conserve whatever mix-ups you have, whatever combos that you know are absolutely broken, and save them sometimes for when you absolutely need them. Because you know, at the end of the day, your opponent will know that option once you already use it and will be expecting it later on, my friends. Smash is a game of constant change and constant mix-ups. If you're not on your own to adapt, if you're not prepared to, if you're not prepared in advance to know all the kinds of stuff your character can do against your opponent and how to mix it up when you need to, you're not going to survive to get to grand finals of bracket like these two immaculate players have. And right now, Haven is showing you in full force why being in grand finals winner's side is a lot better than being in losers, because despite the adaptation of Sankso, he might still secure himself a Game 5 here, Stu.
Still trying to work out exactly how they're going to get to that Game 5, but nevertheless, Sankso in a rather compromised position, sitting at double digits. But that what's it that we've been saying this whole night? You do not have a lead against Bowser, and if you think you do, you don't. Sitting at 55%, this is dangerous. You're just building up rage. You really don't want to be making Bowser mad like this because, yeah, you wind up with positions like this. You're sitting at the accursed percentage, so...
Oh, no!
Oh, no. Are you serious? You really just held that in their face and disregarded the shield of King Koopa. Haven, all of a sudden, has taken it to Game 5.
We were talking about sports before, but my god, this man... What a crazy what a ballsy option. My god, he ran up and charged a forward smash in his face. Does he not realize that could have... Any other way. It could have gone any other way. It's like, dude, that's like running up to the biggest guy at the bar, right?
Yeah.
And just standing in his face, saying, I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you. And expecting not to get punched. Except Stu, he didn't. He got one lucky thing that happened to him. That is literally the only possible thing that Haven could have done right there to not die.
I mean, caught Sankso in the shield, had to let go eventually, and yeah, I understand, if you're Bowser, you have a pretty decent out of shield option, but at the very least, you gotta make Haven guess, right?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The thing is, Sankso got caught in his shield, which, if you get caught in your shield when Corrin is charging forward smash on you, there is actually literally nothing you can do. You can't really SDI out of that to get to a safe position. You can't really SDI to move yourself. The move is just, the repeated hitboxes of it are not only too quick, but they're too powerful for you to really shield DI out of. It's a very difficult thing to do, especially when you're a big character like Bowser. So, especially with the way shield poking works in this game as well, with how shields were nerfed and they're not as strong. Once Corrin actually lands that on you, you might as well...
You serious?
Kiss your stock goodbye.
Gosh, man. I mean, what a confirm. The fact that thing just keeps you in place and you have to watch as you contemplate every last thing you've done in your life while that thing happens. However, you're not the only one who can read off of F smashes. Gets the roll and almost gets the kill, but not quite at that percentage just yet. Corrin going to stay alive here. Haven along with them in this tournament. However, 2 stocks apiece in Sankso. This is about as negotiable position as you could ask for if you're the Bowser main.
Absolutely, my friend. Neutral reset once again, and this is absolutely anybody's game. What more would you want for the final game of DNA.EXE tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Just trading tit for tat with Nairs, but Corrin Haven pressing one too many buttons above Bowser. Gonna eat that up smash for it, and that's a lot of damage that he is not gonna be able to get back. Oh, man. Oh, you got those old little smash jitters, don't you? That's what I feel right now, Stu. Oh, man. I'm hyped.
Oh, man, we're both just shaking like leaves. It's absolutely nuts. And Haven sitting at 71%, the numerical advantage, but you need to get this kill. We'll be looking to at least keep him in the air so that they can set up. Gets the grab. Forward throw not going to do much of anything in terms of getting distance. But, yeah, Sankso is awful angry, and they're going to need to get this kill right about now. Down air is going to connect and hit through shield, and the pin, the kick off of the pin sends Sankso down to their last stock. Haven might be doing the unthinkable.
I love the patience from Haven right there. After he got the knockdown situation off of the missed tech, he decided to wait a little bit because he knew that Sankso was going to just keep that aggression going. Wait a little bit and decided to tech in to regain that stage control right out of just matter with the wake up tilt. We're down to last stock, ladies and gentlemen, of DNA.EXE for you tonight. We're as even as it gets. Don't do it. Don't do me. No. I was going to say, like, that is the worst possible time you could have done it. Haven, of course, knowing that.
Yeah, no, triple digits now, finally, for on the board for Sankso. Haven, they know how they're going to do this, and it's going to be at the ledge. They are done with this unless they, for some reason, just catch him with the F smash again. They really tried it. Last stock apiece for both of these competitors, and it's going to be Sankso at the ledge, catching him with the punch. You got cute on the ledge too many times. Off with their head, says the king.
He committed. He did a forward smash and he whiffed. Let's take a look at this again. Oh my god. Well, this is the time he did the forward smash and it worked. Boom. There you go. And we'll take a look at this next replay for you guys right here. This is how you go it. Classic with the up tilt right there to reset it once again. It's really that last one that was really on my mind more than anything else. That's the one that sticks with me. That's the tech roll-in I was talking about in order to regain stage control so he could get that pin in the first place. Beautiful stuff on him. Beautiful patience, I should say, on Haven to do that. Second to last stock, he got it once again with an up tilt this time around. And this was the big breaker right here, Stu. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, we saw them get up at the ledge. And yeah, the neutral get-ups at right in front of Bowser. How many times have we? I mean, that was good enough to take 2 games for Sankso, who did not waver from that option. They were tested significantly so by Haven in this true finals. They wound up cruising to take 5 games, almost got reverse 3-0'd, but persistence pays off, and Sankso coming out. Sometimes it's just survive in advance in these tournament settings, Nintunist. When you get to the end, at some point, you just gotta win. And Haven got up, they saw the opportunity, and they took it. Sankso wins it by a score of 3-2 in true finals.
Sometimes all it takes is that one commitment when you know you shouldn't. He did the same thing he did before earlier on, man. I'm gonna catch you right here. That's a scary thing. You know, Corrin gets so much off of shield when off of her opponent's shield, I should say, when she lands that forward smash on it. You gotta remember though, it's a forward smash. So if you miss that and you're standing there charging that, you're in about as exploitable of a position you could be. You don't need us commentators to tell you that. It says that in the intro movie of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you leave your game on for long enough, just hanging out at the fest, whatever you got going on, you just stop playing Smash for a while, the game will literally tell you that's a bad idea. Don't do that.
More or less, yeah. So as we're going to wrap things up, definitely want to give a shout out to everyone who was on tonight. UBL Soul was running with Crystalodian in the first commentary block. Definitely follow our good friend UBL Soul, and as well as our producer Crystalodian, who has been the hard carry for this stream so many times. We hope that you join us over on twitch.tv/Collision Smash and twitch.tv/thebuzz for Galaxy Gambit tomorrow night. My co-commentator has been Nintoonist, hosts a little thing called the Double D Experience. You can see that youtube.com/Nintoonist. Double D Experience is a decent little podcast, so shout outs to that. What are you guys talking about this week?
New episode tomorrow.
Ooh. You can't say?
I can't say every topic, but the main one we talked about was networking. Actually, as much as we love to meme around on that show and make a bunch of dumb jokes and act like idiots, we do talk about some serious stuff sometimes as well, and we get very in-depth about networking, whether you're just a new young person in or out of college, whatever, some of the misconceptions about networking, some of the crazy BS stuff that some people preach to you, like, if you're not doing this 24/7, you're a failure, blah, 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 all that good old stuff right there. If you want to hear our takes on that episode will be dropping tomorrow, wherever you get your podcasts and on youtube.com/Nintoonist. At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, definitely wanted to give a shout out to Sensei, who's just gifting subs in chat.
Ooh.
Like an absolute madman. I gotta say. You know what? I'll get in on that. Why not? JP? Sure, there you go. And you can follow me on Twitter as well and on Twitch at Stu the Announcer. And I gotta say, it's been a wild ride throughout the realm of Wi-Fi. It's been 1 year since these events were shut down, but folks, you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and through it all, I can't really help but express my gratitude to all of you for allowing me, us scragglers into the community to be able to yell at video games, sometimes for money, other times just for the love of the game, and the fact that we will be able to see each other again in person sometime in the near future is such a lovely thing. And no matter what happens until then, be nice to a stranger someday, because that's how you make friends. And life's a journey. Journeys are always better with friends. So with that being said, thank you for joining us. On behalf of UBL Soul, Chriselodian, and of course, Nintoonist, I'm Mazer Stu the Announcer, saying good night, and until we meet again, happy smashing.
Good night, all.